Good day, everyone. I am Maria Ellen Tayula, your reporter for today. To start my report, let us bow our head for a short prayer.
God, a loving Father, merciful and good to all of us, we come to you and we thank you for all the many blessings that you have given us. Lord, we pray that you always guide us, protect us, give us good health, long life, and happiness in life. Amen.
Again, good day, everyone. So, my assigned topic is about evolving inclusive practices. So, what comes in our mind if we think about evolving? So, from the word evolve, it means that to develop gradually or make someone or something change and develop gradually. On the other hand, the inclusive also means including or covering all the services, facilities, or items normally expected or required. Evolving inclusive practices. Evolving inclusive practices is a third dimension to both an Einstein framework for school 2002, where administrators must first try to create an inclusive culture among stakeholders, build better, more all-encompassing policies. In particular, inclusive practices means understanding the threshold or called desirable difficulty in order to learn effectively for the student's population at a specific institution. The more the university or the school community works on supporting all types of students, the better curricula and assessment can be crafted. The goal of the first two steps is to ascertain habit forming conditions which makes procedures that are otherwise unfamiliar feel like second nature to us. So, the goal is very important in involving inclusive practices in order for us to present, respect, and understand how student grows, diverse ability, and background play, socialize, and learn together. We want to reach a point where inclusive teaching practices are expected. Once this happens, we can start focusing on raising the participation and success rates of learners with additional inside of our classroom. So, it means inclusive practices is very important to students to better understand and widen their knowledge about giving tasks by the teachers so that they are ready to participate in any activities in the class. Moreover, the term evolving assumes that we already have strategies and practices which we can take place just to revisit if possible to working. It suggests advancement and positive growth, which means we can look at these existing strategies and adjust this according to the needs of our students along the way. There are two effective evidence-based and inclusive practices that can be used in the classroom are Universal Design for Learning or the UDL and the differentiated instruction. On the other hand, I will just only tackle about the Universal Design for Learning or the UDL. Universal Design for Learning. This is referred to the structures that were made in such a way that we can be used by the customers or clients with a wide range of needs by Dokes and Lamar-Dokes 2009, as cited in the Salent 2011. So, by the design of learning, we can ensure that everyone can access the kind of teaching. For example, and handrails, wide doorways, and sidewalks, and sign-in boards in Braille abound. It is very user-friendly building. Obviously, the designer imagined that some customers might walk in the complex in wheelchairs or white canes. The architect does not know if it is going to happen, but he anticipated and incorporated it into his own design anyway. UDL refers to designs of instructional materials and activities to make the content information accessible to all learners. Rose and Mayer 2006 as cited in the Turnbull et al. 2013. It is the best used in general education classroom where learners are different. Through the provision and delivering the content and allowing the student to construct learning in more than one way, UDL ensures that all students learn genuinely. There are three elements of UDL. First is the multiple means of representation. Second, multiple means of action and expression. Third is the multiple means of engagement. Multiple means of representation means to give learners various ways of acquiring information and knowledge. Multiple means of actions and expression means to provide learners alternatives for demonstration of what they know. Multiple means of engagement means to tap into learners' interest, offer appropriate challenges, and increase their motivations. In UDL, teachers are supposed to present information and materials in many different ways, taking into consideration that some students may not have fully absorbed the lesson the first time it was presented. The concept of multiple means of representation is meant to ensure that all students are able to access and understand the learning material. After this, the teachers allow students to express what they learned in various ways. And finally, teachers uses different techniques to reinforce learning at the student's optimal level. The principles of UDL which sometimes overlap. The principles adapted from Salem 2011, 17 to 18. UDL principles. Principle number 1, equitable use. UDL principles and inclusive practices. Inclusive practices are designed to be useful, appealing, and safe for all students, families, and professionals to use. Individual differences and various contexts are expected. So, the UDL principle is very important to every learners so that they can better understand about each topic. Examples of UDL implementations and inclusive practices. Using UDL principles. So, the UDL principles are very important to be adapted in this kind of teaching. Use cultural responsive teaching strategies and materials like MTB, MLE, or the mother tongue-based multilingual education. So, the mother tongue-based in multilingual education also is very important in inclusive education so that the learners may better understand and they can easy for them to apply the different types of teaching of the teachers. Principle number 2, flexible use. So, in inclusive practices, are better and designed to accommodate the individual preferences, abilities, and needs for all students, families, and professionals. Flexibility is providing choices for methods and pacing our exercise. So, in this flexible use of UDL, it is very also useful that the facilities, students, and families, even the teachers are involved in this kind of learning. Principle number 3. Simple and intuitive use. Inclusive practices are designed to be easy for all to use and understand. So the students in these principles are acknowledged to understand easily. Establish classroom rules and routines. So in this principle, it is establishing the rules and routines of the teachers and the students to enhance their abilities. Second, use graphic organizer for synthesizing materials. So by the use of graphic organizer, the students with special abilities can be easy for them to understand the said topic. Third is developing scoring rubrics with the students. So by the help of the rubric, students can know what they are going to apply or what are going them to develop more their knowledge. Principle number 4. Perceptible information. Inclusive practices are designed so that they communicate valuable information to all various formats. The example of this is useful technological and assistive device to support learning communities with parents or sharing information. So, by the use of technology, learners can apply it because today is we are technological based in learning. They can apply technology in their everyday lives and they can learn from it through technology. Principle number 5. Tolerance for error. Inclusive practices are designed to minimize errors and unintended consequences by providing safeguards and warnings to assess all in using the safety. This means to minimize hazard and the adverse consequences of accidental or unintended action. For example, the hallway is free for protruding objects at a height where they avoid or they would not be detachable by someone with usual impairment who use a cane. Teach study and learning strategies. Teach self-regulatory techniques. Encourage students and foster their intrinsic motivation. Offer grading alternatives that are valid and appropriate. Principle number 6. Love physical effort. Inclusive practices are designed to be used comfortably and efficiently without much effort from all. So, the low physical effort is designed and important to the learners so that they can apply it in the classroom and use this for widen their ability or develop their abilities. Chunk activities and give more breaks. So by the help of activities, students can enhance their knowledge and abilities. Teach mindfulness. So by teaching them how to brainstorm is very effective. Provide additional support and need as needed. So also, providing additional support is very important to the learners with special needs because they can motivate them, or it can help them widen, or it can help them boost their ability. Principle number 7: size and space for approach and use. Inclusive practices are designed for use by all, regardless of their mobility, physicality, or way of communication. So in inclusive practices, there have no limit. All are who are willing to learn are welcome in this learning. Take advantage of seat advancement and classroom furniture. Example, specialized chairs, stability bowls, use of ambient music, and appropriate lighting. So, this kind of example, like specialized chairs, it is very important because with students with disabilities, they are prioritized in that seat. Like stability, one example is the stability bowls. So students with special abilities that can or hinay mo kadungog, it is very useful for them. Use ambient music. So when there are students who can not know or can calm themselves, it is very useful also. Appropriate lighting. So there are many students or learners have kanang hanap nga kanang pananaw. So it is very important to have appropriate lighting for them to be easy to look the work or what they are doing. Principle number 8: community of learners. Inclusive practices are designed to promote social interaction and communication for all. So, it is very important that students with disability are welcome in different environment and community because they feel like they are belong to everyone, especially even if they have the abilities that very special, and they can make them feel happy because, for example, when they are not belong to the group, they feel like they hurt because their discrimination. Use project-based learning. So project-based learning is very important in this kind of principle. Promote collaborative activities such as fishbowl discussion or think, pair, share. So it is very important to think, pair, sharing because they can have group and they are very welcome to everyone. Establish strong home school partnership. So when we say establish strong home school partnership, the teacher and the learner have active communication about the topics or what they are going to discuss about the learner. Classroom check-ins and check-out. It is very important also the check-ins and check-out of the learners so that if they are attending class. Principle number 9: inclusive environment. Inclusive practices are designed to foster acceptance and a sense of belongingness for all. So it is very important the belongingness of students with special ability so that they are feel like they are belong to one environment. Make students aware and comfortable with diversity. Emphasize social rules in the classroom. Example, that the students are there to teach each other and learn from each other. So, there are a communication between two students or more students. If they communicate each other, if they really understand what is the teachers discuss about the lesson. Allowing bonding activities. So, it is very important to allow students bonding activities so that it can help them cooperate in different activities and widen their knowledge or have some brainstorming to have a equitable or a correct answer. Do team building exercise regularly and integrate lessons in such activities. So doing team building, it can enhance their confidence.